Hey y'all, this is Jessica with Bless Your Heart. Let's do a fluorescent full vinyl wrap today. These are the colors that I used, and I just went outside and sprayed them in little splotches all over the cup. You can see the spray paint's not very good. I'm going to use the epoxy method for my glitter adhesion today, and I'm going to use a little bit more than normal, mainly because this is a 30-ounce skinny. This first glitter is called Midnight Moon from West Texas Glitter, and it's a holographic blue. I'm going to go in and just sprinkle it over all of those blue spray painted pieces, and I'm not worried about this coming over like I wasn't worried about the spray paint having overspray. For the green, I'm using Electric Lime from West Texas Glitter, just a really pretty shine at it. So I'm going to go full coverage on all the green spots that I've painted and just continue on to the next color, which is Carrot from Mr. Fancy Pants. This is a little thicker cut, a little chunkier cut, so I'm going to pat it down once I get it applied, just so we can kind of see all of the shine and everything. For the pink, I'm going with Pinkle from the Glitter Guy, and I'm just going to go in and sprinkle that on all of the pink spots. After the pink, I'm going with my lightest color, which is Magic School Bus from the Glitter Guy. It's just a high sparkle yellow. I am going to go in and go real heavy with this to kind of blend it out a little bit into those other colors. As you can see with the rest of the cup, I'm not going for a true blend in anything, but this is going to kind of give us that look where the lines are not so harsh and everything just kind of meshes together. So for the bottom of the cup, I'm going to use all of my fallout, and I'm going to kind of just shimmy it all around in there and then just dip my cup in the bottom of it. I want a little bit of all of that, but nothing that's super done up. After 2 coats of epoxy, this is what we've got. And for the vinyl, we're using this vinyl, and it is from Banff Custom Creations, and it is a transparent vinyl. So I'm just going to go in and wrap it around after I get all of my raw edges cut off. And I'm going to use just a little Sharpie to kind of figure out where I need to cut so I don't waste a whole bunch that I'm not going to need. Like I said, this is a 30 ounce, so we're going to use most of this sheet. I'm going to use my little paper trimmer here to cut off that extra. And then we're going to use the hinge method to get it to stick to our cup. I'm going to cut off my little bit and then put it back on. And then do the whole rigmarole where we put it around the cup and figure out where we're going and all that jazz like we do with every other vinyl wrap. And once we have it where we want it, that's when we take off that little piece that we're going to use for our hinge. You're going to securely put that down, press it down good, and I'm going to use this larger squeegee here to kind of shimmy this vinyl on, and this is going to help me not have the bumps and wrinkles and all that jazz that sometimes comes with full vinyl wraps. I'm going to trim my seam with some of that vinyl still on the backing, basically just to kind of save some more of that vinyl as best I can. After a thin coat of epoxy, I'm going to go in and do some vinyl striping. For the striping today, I'm going to use a textured black from Cricut, and I'm going to use a holographic silver nail tape. The striping I'm going to do on this cup is down the seam and then the top rim and the bottom rim. I'm not going to go too wild with it on this cup, but I do need to camouflage that seam just a little bit, and the textured vinyl kind of helps camouflage it even a little further. So I'm going to do the whole seam, and then I'm going to do the top rim and the bottom rim. And I'm going to try to keep everything as even as possible, but I still want to be able to see that little bit at the top and that little bit at the bottom, just like an interest point. So I have come to the realization that if you overlap your vinyl striping just a little bit, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, whatever you feel comfortable with, that vinyl is going to stick to the other vinyl a heck of a lot better than it's going to stick to the cup. I am going to go in and seal all this vinyl work, but sometimes we don't have time to seal, or some people just don't like to seal, and that's okay, that's your preference. But I have noticed that if I do have some overlap, If I do have a little end that pops up and I have to sand it down, I still have plenty of that vinyl underneath there. And it's basically like a little insurance policy. This may not work for everybody, but my last couple of cups, it has worked for me. For this holographic nail tape, I'm just going to go right over that black. And I'm going to use the overlap like I did with the black with the nail tape. And hopefully that works out for the best for me. A little trick that I have learned with the nail tape is that if you cut off that little tip that you initially touch with your fingers when you're opening the nail tape or getting it to undo or whatever, if you cut that little piece off, where your natural oils have touched is now gone. So you're going to have a lot better adhesion with that sticky than if you just leave it on there. Now after you get all your striping done, check out your handiwork and epoxy until smooth. And here we go. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.